Hello, my name's Dusky, and this is my top 3 best raft designs. So the first one is a battle design, and as you can see for the defenses and, well, attack things it has on top, it has a ballista, which just can be used to destroy people's bases and animals. There's 2 cannons, which can be used for the same, but there's also a spike wall. So the boat can actually glitch its parts of it through walls, which means this can be used to kill players and creatures by just driving into somebody's base on the shore. So that's the weaponry. As you can see, if I go underneath, it has almost all of its wooden part covered by the foundations because I lowered the foundations using a technique which uses pillars. Then if you go to drive it, you actually get put into the base, and then you can get out of the base and walk around here. So inside the base, there is a trapdoor here, which has an access to the driving the boat, and you can't actually get out through here, but you can see the water. And then the rest of here is just space to put things like crafting stations and storage. Then on the roof there is the ballista. Anyway, that was my battleship type base design, and now I'm going to move on to one which is sort of a stealth type base, which can be used to hide in places with lots of rocks. So this is my like hidden design base. So how it works is it's made out of just stone, and if you drive it to things which are surrounded by a lot of rocks, it can basically be hidden because most people won't be swimming around here and they won't be looking over the ledge. And flying by, it blends in basically with the rocks. So if you go down here, it can be driven out, and it's a bit hard to get into because of all the rocks going through the walls. But you can still do that, and you can hide stuff around in here. A door would also be put here to help get in, and underneath you can get in as well if you don't want to put a door, so you can just go on the bottom and then press drive. So this is my design for a hidden base. It works just by being driven into the rocks, and it can be used basically like a normal base, but it gets mainly put on places around land because you can do it to somewhere that isn't surrounded by rocks and it'll just look like an ordinary base at first glance. But the best place to put it would be somewhere like this. So it can't actually be seen from top well, because if you're flying over, you just won't even glance twice at that because it just looks like another rock. People on the ledge won't usually look over, and people won't really be swimming around here. So it blends in pretty well, and inside it's just got a bunch of open room to add things like storage and crafting stations, and you can put something like a ballista on top, but that would make it less hidden. So that is probably the next best one, which is the hidden base, which can be used to help hide resources and things. So this is the best raft out of all the 3, and it can be used to hide storage. So when you look at this, you think it's just one of those random rafts that have been partly built and people who just ditched them and left the server or something. But what's cooler about it is if you go underneath, you can put storage in a little container that's down here. You can put a different sized stone box underneath and hide even more resources than that. You might just think that if players look underneath it, they'd find the resources, but what you can do to hide it is go onto the raft, drive it, and then find just a place like just anywhere on the shore and drive the raft onto it like that. But then when you get off the raft, it'll look like somebody just has left the raft on the side of the shore with all your storage down here being hidden. Then it's still actually there, but nobody can get to it because they won't think of storage even being there. So this is, out of the 3, probably the best and most useful because you can just make a few rafts and hide a bunch of resources around the island. And this is one not a lot of people do because people won't really think of this being as a hidden storage area because most people just see these types of rafts sitting everywhere around, just partly built and not being used for anything because the players probably left or just gave up on that area. So anyway, those were my top 3 best raft base designs. Anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and goodbye.